Hey caregivers, can sleeping pills help reduce the risk of Alzheimer's? I'd like to share with you the results of recent research that suggests that yes, it's a possibility. The Alzheimer's-related press was on fire in recent days with the news of this study because the ingredient that was tested is a common sleeping pill. Researchers at Washington University School of Medicine in St. Louis tested a sleeping aid called suvorexant that is approved by the Food and Drug Administration for insomnia. The researchers found that people who took this drug before bedtime experienced a reduction in the levels of key proteins in the brain that are associated with Alzheimer's. No one knows for sure what causes Alzheimer's, but it's definite that people with the disease have high levels of two different proteins in their brain tissues, and these are called amyloid and tau. And there's a really strong correlation between how severe someone's Alzheimer's is and the amount of amyloid and tau present in his or her brain. It's also known that poor sleep tends to be related to the development of Alzheimer's. Now, the mechanism for this is not fully understood, but many researchers have observed that sleep is a time when your brain can cleanse itself of the debris that accumulates throughout the day as a result of biological processes. So if you sleep poorly, there's less opportunity for your brain to cleanse itself. And those amyloid and tau proteins build up over time. So the researchers wanted to find out if better sleep could contribute to reduced likelihood of Alzheimer's. And to achieve this, they tried suvorexant. They administered the drug before bedtime and then monitored how each patient's amyloid and tau levels changed. They found that if you took 20 milligrams of suvorexant, that there was a statistically significant reduction in both proteins. Hey, you're watching the Caring Corner, where we cover Alzheimer's, dementia, and all things caregiving. If your loved one has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it might be too late for any therapy to be of value. However, if someone is at the early stage of the disease, awareness of current research could be helpful, especially if you can participate in clinical trials. If you find this content helpful, please like and subscribe so YouTube knows that it has value. Now, getting back to the study, the lead researcher, Dr. Brendan Lucy, said, if we can lower amyloid every day, we think the accumulation of amyloid plaques in the brain will decrease over time. Suvorexant belongs to a class of drugs called orexin inhibitors. Orexin is a natural molecule that promotes wakefulness, and when it's blocked, you fall asleep. In addition to suvorexant, the FDA has approved two other orexin inhibitors also, and these are called daridorexant and lemborexant. The researchers cautioned that while these results are encouraging, they need to do much more analysis and research. To begin with, the study was a small proof of concept that was performed over just 2 nights with only 38 participants. And they emphasized there still is quite a bit to know. For example, is long-term use effective in limiting cognitive decline? And if so, what would be the dosage levels? And who are the patients for whom it's appropriate? However, despite this, you can't escape the exciting conclusion that these drugs are already available and considered safe. Suvorexant, for example, has been on the market almost a decade. And now there is evidence that it may reduce the levels of proteins that are highly correlated with Alzheimer's disease. Please never take any medication without consulting first with your physician and your care team. But if you think that suvorexant might be helpful, it could be worth discussing with your doctor. I hope you find this information helpful, and God bless you in your caregiving journey.